What is up, beautiful? Welcome to my channel. My name is Cynthia and I am so excited to have you here. Today I'm going to be reviewing the new Colourpop Pressed Powder Palette. There's a lot of P's on there. The new Pressed Powder Palettes by Colourpop, they are the bomb. They went flying off the shelves. I was able to snatch up, what is it? I had four. I have Cream Soda, Citrus Fizz, Mocktail, and Creamsicle. There was a mauve purple one in like a true pink pressed powder palette, but it sold out. So I wasn't able to get my hands on it, so sorry. But today we're gonna talk about these bad boys right here. Are they worth it? Are they easy to blend? Are they patchy? Are they not patchy? Are they creamy? Are they not creamy? All that stuff. But before we get started in the video, don't forget to subscribe down below. I love to post new and exciting weekly makeup videos. And just like that, let's go ahead and get into this review. I want to start off by saying that I swear I am wearing a top. It's a nice tube top, but you can't see it. So yes, I'm wearing clothes. Sorry, I know it looks a little awkward, but I first want to start off by talking about how awesome the color assortment are on the new Colourpop Pressed Powder Palettes. I feel like every single one of them was very, very well thought out, and the color pairings are phenomenal from my point of view. I mean, I got the nude shades right here. You can see that one of them would be better for like more fair skin tones, and you got the other one that would be better for like medium skin tone, kind of like my skin tone right here, because of like that transition shade and the brown that's in it. You see what I mean? Like this would show up better on a fair skin person, and this would show up a little bit better on a medium to tan skin tone person. I love the shimmers that are on here. Let me show you the pinks and the reds. So again, I have awesome color assortments. This red one has a beautiful gold included in it, and the pink is just a wonderful pink, and it comes with complementary pinkish champagne-y pigments. Unfortunately, mine got a little bit damaged while it was being delivered, but honestly, it's amazing nonetheless. So let's swatch these one by one. Since I have this in my hand, we're gonna start with the pink. So I'm gonna swatch 1, 2, and they feel very creamy, so I like that. I have a very good, ooh, oh my god. Guys, like these are feeling really, really creamy, like immediately. Oh, they feel like a dream. It's like poppin'. Okay, so let's do a swatch. We're gonna do 1, bam, 2, bam, 3, and 4. Honestly, I think the swatches speak for themselves. I mean, whoa. The shimmers are poppin'. Look at that, it's poppin'. She's glowing. She's glowing and she's got a bright future ahead of her. Also, the mattes are phenomenal. Like, let's talk about the mattes. They are consistent. They felt so creamy when I was touching them on the pan, and when I did my swatch, they didn't feel chalky whatsoever. They felt like smooth and just so pleasant to swatch. I'm really impressed. I do gotta say, I do wish that the shimmer right here was a little bit more as poppin' as its sister, you know what I mean? It's like there, but I wish it was giving me a little bit more like oomph. But first palette, I'm already impressed. What shade is this? It's Creamsicle. This was Creamsicle. On to the next one. We're going to swatch Mocktail. This is the one that I was talking about. It's like the red that has the beautiful gold in it. Let me dig into this. So, gold. Ooh. Oh, this is a pretty color. You see that? It's like, it reminds me of the NARS Orgasm shade. Like a very bright NARS Orgasm color. It's like that bubblegum pink with like the hues, the hints of the gold in it. So I really, really like that shimmer. We're gonna dip into this red. Very nice. Poppin'. And lastly, we're gonna dip into the brown. Just like that. So, boom. This is like really great. And I also gotta remind you that these palettes, each one of these cost me only $9, and I mean $9 and this kind of quality for $9, like unheard of. Colourpop is killing the game here, okay? Just want to put that out there. But anyways, here's our first swatch. Beautiful. This is our second swatch. Check that out. Mamma mia. I get so excited when I have like an intense swatch. Okay, and then we have the reddish brown, consistent, even, glorious. And then the brown. Honestly, we gotta do the brown some justice. So let me add a second layer right here. Yes, much better. Check it out. What do you guys think? So here we have MOCKTAIL. I do feel like the gold could have been a little bit more pigmented. Here, let me see. What if I add a second layer? Because the gold, by the feel of it, it's not the same as this one. This feels a little bit more like a foil, while this feels more so like a shimmer. And there is a difference between a foil and a shimmer in terms of intensity. But here, let me add a little bit more. Yeah, see, there's our gold. The swatches are beautiful. The colors are just amazing. It is divine. All right, since we know they swatch phenomenally, I'm just gonna go ahead and move on to the nudes. This is Citrus Fizz. Oh, check out those shimmers. I mean, stunning. Again, the matte formula is amazing. The shimmers are amazing. The darkest color in the palette is consistently very pigmented. The store swatches here. Yes. I don't know if it's me, but I feel like the shimmers, like both of these, are very similar. On the palette, one looks like it's brighter than the other, but when you swatch them side by side, they almost seem kind of like very similar, especially when they're sitting side by side next to like the browns, which really complement the shimmers. It's just divine once again. All right, dolls, last but not least, before we get into our makeup application, we are going to swatch Cream Soda, and I feel like this is going to be one of the most popular palettes in the collection. I mean, ooh, this color right here, Float, the one in the middle, this is the one that I put on right on the center of my eyelid, and it's just a beautiful like rose gold champagne like that. It's just a stunning foil. This definitely feels and looks like a foil. It's quite like thick in texture. I don't know if you can see that. It's the one in the middle right here. It has a little bit more texture than this one right here, and that just means it's going to have a lot more intensity than the shimmer right here. I got a lot of glitter in my hand now. Okay, so there's number one, there's number two, we got our matte and our darkest color right here. This is a beautiful assortment. This is something that, like, if we had this at Sephora, when I worked at Sephora, this is a palette that I would gravitate towards. Like, whenever like my fair skin tone clients would come up to me and say, hey, I want something that I want one palette that I can use every single day for like my natural everyday look. This, what is it? Cream Soda is what I would point them to. I'm like, listen girl, you need this in your life. Like, this is gonna be your everyday eyeshadow palette right here, and it's small, compact, so you're gonna be able to just like throw it in your makeup bag and be on the go and be the girl on the go that you are. And again, the transition color and the dark brown that comes in the palette are amazing, and it just works really, really well. And I am so impressed with how like well thought out the color assortment in these palettes are, and how high quality these mattes and foils and shimmers are. Like, they're consistent like throughout every single one of the shadows, and I personally feel like it's very impressive, because as a makeup artist, I have swatched so many eyeshadows, foils, cream shadows, matte shadows, you name it, and like not every single company is able to come up with such great consistent formulas, especially when you're dealing with a whole assortment of different shade ranges. Like, the reds are consistent, the nude shades are consistent, the browns are consistent, the pinks are consistent. Everything is just phenomenal, and I feel like I want to buy all of the palettes now. I think I'm only missing like two or three, I don't know, but I feel like I want to have all of these pressed powder palettes in my makeup collection, because they're just divine, one of a kind, and so freaking worth it. So with swatches out of the way, now we can go ahead and jump onto our makeup application. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use one or two colors from each of the palettes, so you can kind of see how they layer on together, how they blend out together. So we're gonna create one single look using 4 eyeshadow palettes. You ready? You ready? Let's go. Pick up a little bit of that. Make sure I really pack on the color onto my brush, and I'm gonna pick a very nice slim blending brush. This is a Luxie 231, and we're just gonna go for it. So immediately, I mean, we are getting immediate pigmentation, which is awesome. You can definitely see like that reddish hue, blendability. Here, let's blend it in and see how it goes. It's blending in really nice. This is awesome, especially for a dark color like this. Like, whew, it is performing, honey. Very nice. So already I was able to sculpt my eyelid with this really nice dark magenta color. And oh my goodness, this is my second layer. And look at that. Whew, this is the business right here. So pretty. So to blend that out, I'm actually going to now pick up, what is this, Citrus Fizz, and I'll be using the darkest shade in this palette, and I'm going to be blending out this magenta shade with this camel looking color using my Sigma, what is this, E25 brush. So I really just want to start by blending out the edges in small circular motions, just like that. And that's really great. I'm very impressed. You can see the color is consistent. I'm having a really easy time both blending the camel color as well as diffusing or blending out the edges of the dark magenta color. Like that is not easy to do whatsoever, especially considering that Colourpop gave us really inexpensive eyeshadow palettes, and the quality for the price, it's already very impressive in my opinion. My humble opinion. For the glitter part of my eyeshadow look, I'm going to be picking up the Cream Soda eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to actually be using both of the shimmers on this palette using a flat synthetic brush just like that. And I'm gonna start by picking up the lighter shade. And that is just gonna go on the inner half of my eyelid. I mean, look at that. You see that? That's bomb. Gonna go back to my Sigma E25, sorry, and I'm just gonna blend the very edge of my shimmer with whatever is left on the brush. I mean, look at that. I feel like, here, hold on. Maybe I could pack on a little bit more color. Right here is where I want it. Just pack it on, pack it on. So now I'm gonna dig into this beautiful glitter called Float, and same synthetic brush. I'm gonna be very careful. Just one swipe is all you need. Whew. All right, and for this, I'm really going to press as I sweep, so to avoid fallout, because it is a little bit more glittery than our previous formula that we picked up. This is a little bit more like Vuvuvam glitter as opposed to this, which is more of a shimmer. So I'm adding really good pressure on here. Let me look at that. So going back to that slim blending brush, without picking up any more product, I'm just gonna diffuse the edge of the shimmer right here. Pretty. Gonna go back to my Sigma brush, and that's what I'm going to use to continue to diffuse the shimmer. Maybe just using my finger. I just want to tap a little bit more of the shimmer, more intensity right in the center right here. See? Look at that. Just like that. Pick up a little bit more. You really only need a little bit. I'm gonna bring her in just like that. Blend her into that shimmer. And I'm gonna try to diffuse this part right here using that dark magenta color. I feel like my glitter is now concentrated a little bit, you know, on my mattes, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and add a little bit more, another layer to re-intensify. All right, so I'm gonna leave it as is, and for the bottom, I'm going to use Creamsicle, and I'm going to use the bottom two shades. I'm gonna start with the lighter of the two, and that's just gonna complete a very simple bottom lash line, nothing too fancy. Look at that, that's pretty. And on top of that is gonna go the darker color of the palette. Just like that. Maybe I want to add a little bit more of that color right here. I feel like I'm missing it on the other side. And then again, I'm going to be dipping into our dark magenta, reddish, brownish color, and that's going to go on the outer half of my bottom lash line. I'm going to darken it up in a very slim, very teeny tiny Morphe brush. So Y22. So thus far, I feel very happy with how the matte colors are blending into each other. Like, the mattes are freaking amazing. I do feel like you do have to be careful with some of the shimmers, or with the glitters. They have shimmer formulas and they have more glittery formulas, and you have to be careful with the formulas that are a little bit more glittery, like this color right here. You got to make sure that you really like press it in as you're working it into your eye look, because you do get just a tiny little bit of fallout, but honestly, like, nothing too crazy. What I appreciate the most is that the mattes are not patchy. They're consistent, they're creamy, pigmented, which is a really big deal. Like, amazed at the quality of these eyeshadows. Okay, so for my shimmer, I'm gonna use a small detail brush. I'm going to apply it here at the top of my brow bone. Scratch that, I'm going to use a different brush. Yeah, that's way better. Blend it in very nicely. I'm gonna do inner corner right here. It's pack. So check it out. This is my final result using the new Colourpop quad eyeshadow palettes, and I mean, I am impressed, like I said, especially with the mattes. But I mean, I feel like just by looking at what I created using these eyeshadow palettes, I feel like what draws my attention the most is the intensity of the colors. And again, that has to do with how pigmented and creamy the mattes were and how freaking easy they were to work with, to blend, and to layer on. I personally felt like they were really easy to work with, and I had a lot of fun creating this eyeshadow look, and that is thanks to how freaking awesome and poppin' these little eyeshadow palettes are. I feel very confident to recommend this to, like, you know, a girlfriend of mine. I would be like, oh yes girl, like they are bomb, you need to get them in all the colors, because the rest of the colors I was not able to snatch up. They went flying by. She sold out real quick. So yeah, that does it for this Colourpop Pressed Powder Palette review video. If you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to drop me a like. Also consider subscribing. I like to post new and exciting weekly makeup videos. Can't talk. Also comment down below which color palette you would choose for your own makeup collection. Did you have a favorite? But yeah, like always, I want to thank you so very much for watching. I'll see your beautiful face on the next one.